Okay, so let's just get into it. I love cuts. And this razor, I don't like using a razor that's too sharp because it takes out too much hair at one time. So let me see if I can get this blade out without cutting myself, because I'll cut myself quick. And I typically like using a straight razor. I know I shouldn't. They always say use a guard, but I'm hard-headed, so I'm going to do it my way. And definitely go tag someone. If you know somebody that's experiencing hair loss, who, you know, they're tired of, you know, the store-bought units. If you know somebody that's struggling, tag someone who is experiencing hair loss. Definitely tell them to reach out to me. Let's sit down. Let's have a consultation. All my consultations are free. I just don't even have a razor that's cutting worth something. You know something? So let me go back to this. And I like going in with the straight razor because what it does, it gives a better blend when the hair is laying down. I do use shears as well, but I love using my razor. I do use the regular guarded razor too, but for what I'm doing, I kind of like more of a choppy, messier look. So, and then a lot of times they take off way too much hair. And you can actually see the flatness of this. And I'll come back, and if there's any questions that anybody, you know, may have, you know, I'm going to come back, you know, with the finished product. This unit will be for sale. Most of my lace wigs units, they start at $185, and that's just out of the pack. Whenever I actually cut and style it, I go in as if you were getting a regular hair service. So if you were coming in and getting a shampoo, a cut, a style, a mold, you know, you're looking at $85. So that's on top of the unit as well. And then, of course, you're looking at the style. I actually, with the price of the unit, with these units, they are a little more difficult. If you do not have a stylist, I actually recommend and prefer that you get a stylist to install that, just so you can have more of a custom fit. My prices for my non-surgical hair replacement units do include the installation. So whenever you buy the unit, it includes a personal session with me. So I'll meet with you. We'll do a consultation. We'll schedule a time for you to come in on one of my known close days so that I can lock my doors. So you get to have me all to yourself, and I will go over with you maintenance. A lot of times with these units, my clients keep these units, you guys, probably like a year and a half. A lot of times whenever they have to get replacements on their units, it's because they go in and they scratch and dig in them. So you guys can see, this is going to be a very snazzy cut. So you guys can already see how this is kind of coming together. But the clients that wear these units, they keep these units minimum a year. So yeah, you do have a huge investment, and they kind of, with the installation, with the unit, with the custom cut, you're probably starting at like $385. But the thing about it is, whenever you come back in, and most of my clients that wear these units, they come in like every 2 months. So whenever you come back in, you're just paying to get it installed. We'll take it off, we'll shampoo, condition it, clean it up, and then reinstall it. So that's one of the pluses about investing into a unit, which is why you call them units and not wigs. So this is very, very feather light. So it doesn't feel really heavy. A lot of times with the ladies that put them on, they just like, I can't even really feel that there's something, you know, in my hair. So you guys can see the messy, choppy look. I'm going for more of a Halle Berry style here. Kind of Fantasia, kind of Rihanna. I'm not gonna, a lot of times with these units, you're not gonna see me, let me see, let me reposition my ear line. You're not gonna see me do a really, really close cut. I don't really cut inside the hairline and the ear line too much because, you know, whenever these are fitted on, you know, live models, I don't know, everybody's length of their jawline, everybody's neckline is a little different. So you don't want to go in and cut too much off the nape because you want that to be able to fit, you know, typically anybody. So that's one of the things that I always take in consideration when I'm cutting it. Yeah, I can cut it and make it look good, but if you see that it looks a little too long, know that I'm leaving that length there. So whenever I fit it to a customer, that I'm able to fit it custom. I'm able to customize it to their neckline, their ear mold, which is the cutout here. So basically you'll see this here. I want to be able to go in and kind of fit it to their ear mold, and then of course the hairline across the top. I'm not really too much focused on bangs on this particular unit because it's going to be kind of an everyday style. We can curl this. I've had units that I actually cut and curl. A lot of people, you know, they like the ideal of the cut and curl, but they also like the ideal of just being able to go in and, you know, pretty much do anything to it. So you guys can see how, you know, this is, you know, pretty much coming together. Give me a minute. My suction is coming off. So this is when I go in with my shears, and I just kind of get some choppiness, you know, to the bang. And I mean, I'm a multi-directional cutter. I never cut straight across. You don't want to cut straight across. It tends to give you more of a choppy look, which does not look real. It looks kind of fake. And even though I'm cutting with my shears, you know, for those who are wondering, you see that I'm actually slithering. So I never just kind of cut straight across. You don't really achieve a natural look by just doing a straight across cut. So you probably would never ever see me just cut straight across unless I'm doing like a messy bob. And you guys can kind of see how this is coming together. So with this unit, you can wear it to the side. You can wear it to the front. It is more of a side part unit that's going on. And I'm just going in kind of taking some of the length and the bulkiness out of it. And this is going to be a bomb wig. This is one of my most popular units. I kind of got the idea of this unit from one of the ladies in my wig group. It was more based on like a Holly Berry style. It's really nice. Whenever you go in, especially when you add some wax, you don't really have to do a whole lot to the unit. You can really typically just finger comb it and still get, you know, some of the same results on it. And this is just a method that I use instead of using clippers. It kind of gives like a really natural lay so that the sides lay really flat. Cutting wigs are a little bit different than natural hair, so you always have to make sure you're not getting too close to the lace. It just kind of depends. Hey Josiah, how are you? And I typically use the scissors to kind of achieve the same. This will kind of give you the same result. I don't really like it because you can't really, you kind of lose the element of control too much using, you know, the razor one. It's nice. I like it. I don't knock it. I use it on some things, but I don't like to lose, you know, my element of control too much. With the scissors, I can actually see what I'm doing. With this, you can actually take off. So what you'll see me do is go back in and just kind of use this instead of using my clippers to kind of take out the bulkiness. One of the things I focus on with these units, because I want them to be super flat, I do want some of the lace to be exposed, because if it was a natural head of hair and it was a shortcut, you typically are going to see some scalp. So I want to expose some of the lace on the sides, especially, you know, if it's wet or something. So I typically go in with this tool, and that's where I actually kind of rake the sides to make it super flat. I don't want to kind of lose, like I said, I don't like to lose my element of control. And sometimes, you know, working with clippers and things like that, you can typically take off too much too soon. And I just kind of like use this as a comb effect just so I know that, you know, in the event that the client cannot make it back to the salon, they can have a really nice lay, a really nice wrap. It's going to lay pretty flat. And the flatness of it, that's what everybody tends to love about these units. It's just the way that it lays so flat, the way it feels just like, you know, another natural head of hair, a natural layer of skin. And I just go in with this tool and I kind of like, you know, just do like a cleanup of it. To remove some of the bulkiness out of it. Like I said, this is only 130%. I don't like to go over 130 with my natural units because it's just going to look too wiggy. No matter what you do, you go over 130%, it's going to look like a wig. It may look super fly, but it's going to look like a wig. So I'm really excited about wherever this unit is. Like I said, this is for sale. I'm excited about, you know, where, you know, she's going to land. I hope somebody finds this extremely interesting. Usually it do. They don't really stay, you know, that much longer. Once I post it. But I'm just going in removing the bulkiness. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this unit is really, it's really flat. Like, that's really flat. I mean, you can't get no closer to flatness in this. Super flat. This is going to be really short, so I'm going to go in, and what I'm doing is I'm slithering it. So basically, if the client wants to go back and add some spikes in it, if you slither cut the right way, when you go in to try to add those spikes and things to the hair, it'll naturally stand up because you have so much texture that's at the bottom. So you'll see me, you know, slithering. That way, you know, at the end of the day, you know, some of the clients that does hair loss, that actually has hair loss, they're not used to going to a salon like frequently. So a lot of times I try to make the unit, you know, especially with everything that they have going on, I try to make the unit as low maintenance as absolutely possible. So with this one, I'm making it super, super short so that if they cannot get back to the salon, they pretty much can do like a wash, a dry wrap, and, you know, pretty much go on it. And you can kind of see how the spikes are naturally forming in this hair. And like at the end of the day, I haven't really did anything to it. Like I haven't put anything on it. I haven't put a curling iron in it, but it's just the cut. Your cut is everything. The cut is everything. So that's what I got going on here. And thank you guys for watching. Definitely hit that share button and go tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody all the great things we got going on here at Hair Extension Design Studio. It's Teresa Dixon here. I know, I'm an awkward cutter. Like, I just be cutting all types of ways. But yeah, so yeah, this unit is actually for sale. I have, you know, I keep a full stock of lace wig units, full lace, 13 by 4 lace, lace closure units. All my lace closure units are 5 by 5, so I definitely keep a full stock of those. Don't have a chance to post them much at all online because a lot of times, you know, most of my clients, they typically buy them up. So, but I do have a website. It's www.teresadixonhair.com. So we have that going on here too. I'm going to take a little bit more out of this And this is really messy and this is really choppy. And it just gives you that texture that, you know, you would need to, some of this hair. Whenever I cut like that, it just, what it does, it forms like so many layers and it just gives you that texture. And you're going to kind of see how this all comes together once I, you know, I'm going to put a little bit of wax on it, but you'll kind of see how it all kind of comes together and it's going to, oh God, it's going to look so cute. I'm excited about how this is going to turn out.
Want me to turn this back on?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Y'all show some love and hit those hearts if you like what you see. Definitely go tag someone who's experiencing female pattern baldness, if they're going through chemotherapy, if they have alopecia, if they just have, you know, just genetic hair loss. A lot of people, especially in the Black culture, they don't realize that hair loss is very genetic. I deal with clients all the time, and they was like, well, my hair was growing back, but da-da-da happened. A lot of times, if you look back at, you know, your grandmas and your aunties and your moms, you'll see a pattern of hair loss. And a lot of times, it's no topical solution. Let me say this, and I'm not going to yell, but I want y'all to go whisper it to somebody else. When you are experiencing internal hair loss, there is absolutely no topical solution that you can apply to your hair or your scalp that's going to rejuvenate your follicles so that it begins to reproduce hair. It is not possible. There are methods out there, injections that you can actually get through a dermatologist. They are not covered under insurance. You also have hair replacement, surgical hair replacement that you can get. It is not covered by insurance. However, insurance do cover cranial prosthesis, which is what this unit is. But of course, in the medical world, the code is a little different. That does cover that. You go to your dermatologist or you go to your doctor. They will give you a prescription for a cranial prosthesis, and then you will go to a wig specialist in order to fit you with the unit to wear. But let me repeat this, and if somebody can share or type this in the comments, there is no topical solution, oils, creams, greases that is going to cure internal hair loss. Internal hair loss is something that is caused by things that's going on inside of your body. Usually the white blood cells, your white blood cells mistake your hair follicles for foreign and they attack them. And that comes from the inside out, which is why you'll notice, if you look at the back of your arm, you'll see all these little holes where you got these little fine hairs coming out of. Well, if you look at your scalp, that is going to transform from follicles and pores that produces a hair shaft to it being slick. If you ever wonder why you look at the palms of your hands, parts of your face where hair does not grow, is because they don't have any follicles. Once those follicles shut down, they typically don't rejuvenate themselves. So, you know, that's why the hair loss, the beauty supply industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You can buy creams and oils that is for hair loss, but that is for hair loss that is broken or that is slow growing in order to speed up the process. It does not put back a hair follicle that is shut down because it comes from the inside of your body. That is something that I try to educate my clients on. You do not control what's going on internally with a topical solution. You cannot. You can buy all the Dr. Miracles. You can buy all the hair loss oils. I sell a hair loss oils. I sell a hair loss oil as well. But I also tell people who actually purchase from me, I give them the definitive facts up front. This is not for hair loss. This is for a healthy scalp a healthy follicle that's either producing slow, or if you had breakage from weaves, braids, or even some of my clients come in here that's been in the fight and somebody just yanked their hair out. The follicle on those clients are not damaged. The hair is just broken. So there's a difference in between damaged follicles and follicles where the hair just kind of broke off at the layer of the scalp. So please understand that you are wasting your money if you're buying all these oils to make your hair grow back. If you look at the spot where the hair loss is actually visual, then you will see that there's not even a hole, a follicle, a cuticle, or nothing for hair to grow. So basically, you're looking at a healthy scalp where your hairs grow. You break it off, it grows back. You break it off, it grows back. You put weave in, you pull it out, it grows back. Where if you're looking at a follicle that's shut down, can't nothing come out of that. It's like trying to come through something that's not out. So this is a healthy follicle producing healthy hair, and this is a dysfunctional follicle that can't nothing produce. So anything you put right here is not going to fix, because whenever these follicles come out, what you'll see happening, you'll see it closing down from the inside out. So it typically just pushes that hair out of the scalp and it closes back up. It's kind of like a sore, a cut that's healing from the inside out. Once it pushes it out and heals up, there's nothing there. It's going to be slick, just like a male's head. So just kind of take that, store it, pass it on to someone. Also, keep an account of traction alopecia. Traction alopecia works in cycles. So that means you'll see 6-month period where your hair seems like it's healthy, and then it'll start coming out in those same spots. And then you'll see a 6-month period where it seems like it's coming back. But what happens is that hair rejuvenates itself. White blood says, hey, these hair follicles are foreign. Let's attack them. Then you'll see it coming back out. So a lot of people will start using creams and oils and like, oh, my hair is coming back. Then they'll stop and they'll come back out. But it has nothing to do with the topical solution that you're putting up there. It has all to do with how your immune system and how your body is functioning and how those hair follicles are reacting to all of that. Okay, so now we have this unit that, even without any products, it is fire. So I'm going to go in and lightly trim this up. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm lightly trimming this because we don't know when she finds her home. We don't know how long that particular client's neckline is. So we don't want to go in and cut off, too much. I always do more of a circular and I'm just going to leave just a little bit in order to, do this ear line up here. Okay, bam. So one of the things I like using the most is Carry Care. It's a wax stick, and you're going to guys see how this is. I'm just going to go and lightly add a little bit of wax, and you're going to really see how this cut is fixing to really pop through. And let me tell you something. Because of the cutting technique and because of the technique that I use in cutting is what separates me from everybody else. So just in case you're like, oh, everybody can cut a wig. Yeah, they can. They can't cut like I cut though. Because I really do think I'm pressure. But one of the things, I'm just adding a little bit of wax here. So let me go in. I thought I had all my tools right here handy, but of course I don't. get these from being all tangled up some type of way. My two favorite tools. I have my pencil curlers, and then I have my regular red. So we're gonna go ahead and get these fired up. I'm just gonna go and add a little bit of texture to these units, to this unit. But I just want you guys to see, just off, you know, if someone was to purchase this unit, just off like a brushing style. Bam. And like I said, what makes this unique is that this is just off the cut alone. So if someone like a really, you know, edgy kind of style, the cut alone, you don't have to do anything to it. I haven't put any heat up here. I haven't, you know, did anything. So it's kind of like a mohawk. And of course, you know, I'm just a right-handed stylist. Everything I do pretty much is on the right. So you can switch this. It's made to be switched. So if you're a person that likes to wear your hair on the left, you can definitely switch this over. Also, another thing is, you know, it's very... And of course, it's going to look a lot cuter once we put it on our mouth. But I mean, it's just so versatile. That is the cut. It's the cut. I love it already. So if a person like, oh, you know, I like short hair. I don't really want to go in the salon. It's a lot of upkeep. It's hard to keep it up. No, it's not. I mean, if you have a great cut, it is not really hard to maintain. Let me get this hair out the way. And see, right here, you see some lace. I like to see scalp because now this can go on a live model. It can go on someone that's not got hair loss, someone with hair loss. It just comes out. But at the end of the day, I think this is just a crease where the lace is a little thing. But at the end of the day, even if you were to have this on, this is something that I would do with a braid down method. Also a ball cap method where you put the stocking cap. But either way you put it, when it's short, you do want to be able to see a little bit of that lace there, just like a part. You do want it to look, you know, like it's your hair. One of the things I love about this is the flatness of it. This is really, really flat. This is really flat. And I have this crease here because I have a pen holding this down. But the thing about it is, the one thing that I especially love is the fact that, you know, even without, and a lot of people probably, you know, don't gravitate towards a style like this, but even without the curls and all that stuff going on, you still have a really, really great unit. And this can be kind of brushed to the side out your face. You still have a really, really great unit that can be worn, you know, multi-directional. And there's your little spice up there. So we're going to go in and just kind of add some messy flips to this unit. And then we're going to put her on a live model. Like I said, I just did a little bit of wax here. And then too, whenever you're doing a style like this, you don't want to, you know, over manipulate your curls. Just do something, you know, I know I have clients that like the hard curls. You want to do something very relaxed and natural, but you just don't want to over manipulate the curls. Just kind of like, you know, put them in there. Don't, you know, kind of be so focused on, you know, what direction they're going in, the way they, you know, the way they're going to go. Just kind of let them flow the way they're going to flow. And you're going to kind of see that I have a little bit of that going on here. This is going to be kind of like a reverse mohawk in a sense. And for the people who are just joining the live, what I have going on here is this is a full lace, non-surgical hair replacement unit. I, typically do these units for my hair loss clients, women that's experiencing female pattern baldness, alopecia, that's going through chemotherapy. This is usually one of the units that, I kind of, do for them to kind of help them, through their process of what they have going on. It's not going to be, it's very low maintenance, especially if you're someone that does not like, frequently coming to the salon. You want that to be, you don't want to have to be barred to, come in every Saturday or something like that. So this is one of the things I do, for those clients. I really love doing it. Like I was saying, I'm not going in doing too much. I don't want to, over curl it. I just want to kind of add a little bit of texture to it. This is an inspired unit, Holly Berry inspired unit that someone sent me. They was like, can you do this style in a shortcut? And I was like, okay, sure, that'll be good. So this is more of a Holly inspired unit. I'm not going to over manipulate the curls. It's going to be something that's, and of course, if you're someone that, wears colors, we can always go in and kind of bleach and style this. I wanted to kind of keep this, very universal. Everybody, wears natural black. Not everybody wears blondes and reds and things like that. So if you're someone, that wears a little color and like a little blonde, that's not a problem. We can always go in and add some of those highlights for you. That's not a problem. That's why, it is called custom units, because everybody needed to be customized to fit their individual wants, needs, and, make them feel comfortable in what they're wearing. Like I said, I don't want to over manipulate. I want this to look as natural as possible on this unit. And I can get this here with this pin here. Okay, we are at a little bit of shimmer and shine. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna actually transfer her over while we have this up. And let me show you guys. So you don't want to, typically over manipulate the curls. You want them to stay very messy, very, very natural. And like I said, this, of course, when you're working with virgin hair, it does, curl and set a little bit different. Like I said, you want to just, like I said, don't overdo it. This is a messier style. You want to kind of keep it messy. So that's what I did here. Let me... Let's transfer her over. Okay. Take her off. We're going to put her on. Just to kind of give some idea. So, meet our hair loss client. We're fixing to make her absolutely gorgeous in just a second. So we're just fixing to transfer, this over. And you can see, look at this unit. You can see how light it is. It is very, very light. Very, very light. Let me push this in here. These pins are kind of hard to go in.